Hello everybody and welcome to Los Angeles, Italia. Here we go with our new studio. 1 year is gone and now we are back to the amazing event in Los Angeles for promoting the Italian excellences. The moment is not so happy for the world considering the Ukrainian crisis, but as we all say, show must go on. And of course, with our heart broken, we make the show on. And Los Angeles, Italia will start on Sunday, tomorrow. Now we are live. And will be an amazing event. Italy is very enthusiastic because we have 3 Oscar-nominated people. First of all, Paolo Sorrentino, the wonderful Neapolitan director with his recent masterpiece, The End of God. Then there is another genius, let me say, because Enrico Casarosa, the amazing director of the animation Luca, is a real genius and he works for Pixar Disney, and he got a nomination among the best animation of the year at the Oscar. And then we have the third Oscar nominated Italian talents. We remember from last year he was on a race with the movie Pinocchio, and this year one more time Massimo Cantini Parrini is nominated for an Oscar with movie Cyrano, directed by Joe Wright. No matter to the Oscar, actually we're gonna have the 3 of these artists together at the same time at the Chinese Theater on Monday, Paolo Sorrentino on Friday at the Italian Institute of Culture, the other two, Casarosa and Massimo Cantini Parrini, as well as the legendary maestro, the cinematographer Dante Spinotti, who's going to receive the LA Italia Legend Award. And also we have a big delegation of talents flying all over from Italy to America to showcase their recent movie. First of all, a real movie star, Riccardo Scamarcio, and his colleague on the latest movie, Benedetta Porcaroli. And then many other names, but now we have with us this year chairman of the festival, the one and only Robert Davi. Where is Robert? Hello, Robert.
Ciao, Pascal.
How you doing,
Congratulations
my friend?
on the 17th year of this wonderful festival, and all you're doing to bridge America and Italia together, the culture of our genitori, of our families. It's an honor to see how you've grown over the years. Your new show, Paradise, I saw clips of it, looks absolutely spectacular. And keeping up with the tradition, as you said, you had Paolo Sorrentino, you have Casarosa. I have a 3-year-old daughter who's obsessed with Luca, the film that he did.
They're
And
right, it's a great movie.
it's a great movie. It talks about family. It talks about accepting differences. It talks about you can do what you want to do. It's an animation, but it's so much more because it's in the hands of an Italian master, as is Sorrentino's The Hand of God, and of course you know the costume of Cantini. But also, I'm very honored because Vittorio Gassman. If you remember my film The Dukes, I Soliti Ignoti. I fashioned it after I Soliti Ignoti, the great director Mario Monicelli, Italian comedian. But Vittorio Gassman was in that film, and we're also honoring Vittorio Gassman as one of the great actors of Italy and of world
Yes,
cinema.
this year Vittorio Gassman would have been 100 year, and they're gonna make a big event also in Roma. Alessandro Gassman with the best Italian organizer of exhibit, Alessandro Nicosia. They are making a huge event, and it's going to be before in Roma, then in Genova, where Vittorio Gassman was originally from, and then I imagine in other country of the world, because Vittorio Gassman was a real legend, loved all over the world for his amazing talent, no, Robert?
I didn't hear what you said. What did you say lastly?
That Gassman was loved all over the world.
Oh, Vittorio Gassman. I grew up. One of the one of the icons that I wanted to be an actor for was uh, you had Vittorio Gassman, you had Marcello Mastroianni, you had the great Ralph Vallone. These great actors of Italy that inspired me, Alberto Sordi, and Vittorio Gassman was also had a big love affair with Shirley Winters, one of the great American actresses. And she used to tell me stories about Vittorio, how she was in love with him at the time. Uh, Interesting little side note. But he's un gran artistico because he stayed with cinema and also teatrico. He was always kept his theater roots. Vittorio Gassman L'Onore.
Yes, exactly. Vittorio Gassman is one of giant of the history, the cinema history. And I bet there is something also very special of Gassman into the Academy Museum recently opened. Have you been to visit already the Academy Museum in Hollywood?
Oh yes, I've been to that museum. It's fantastic. And
Yes.
but I urge people, if you're in the vicinity, please come to the Chinese Theater to celebrate the great Italian artists that are being honored there, and for this festa that Pascal has championed for 17 years and more. What he's done to bridge the world cinema with America and Italian cinema is just spectacular. It's tremendous, and you're going to have a wonderful time. So I invite all of you, whether you do it in real time at the theater or if you come and spend time with us virtually. I'll be there. I'm living in Florida right now, but I'll be flying in tomorrow morning for the big festa in Hollywood and all that week.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Thank you so much. So, how does it feel to be called chairman? You are being enjoying the festival since the beginning. It took
Yes,
16 years for me to ask you to be the chairman. It means that we
I
are both becoming old.
I was shocked. All of a sudden I get this article from you saying I'm the president chairman of the festa, and I was absolutely floored. You pulled it as a surprise, and it was a great honor for me because, as you know, Pascal, I spent time in Italy. I did a film with our beautiful friend Franco Nero, the man who drew God. I was recently in Torino filming there. You know how I love Italy. I was a guest of Alessandro J-Ax on the Italian version of The Voice. I was made an honorary citizen of my mother and father's hometown of Torretta in Sicilia, and been to Naples and, our beautiful Napoli that we love so much, Pascal, that my mother's side was from. So this was a great honor, and I wish they were alive to see this moment, and I thank you for the honor.
No, you deserve it because you are a real Italiano. You know, there are so many people that forget their own nationality, but you are a real Italiano, and we all appreciate the fact that you are so close, so affectionate to our country, which is your country. And so it was
See.
very normal on my side to propose to the Caprine World Institute to actually runs the event in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture under the sponsorship of the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs, the Consulate General of Italy in Los Angeles, the Italian Institute of Culture, the Italian Trade Commission, and also major sponsors such as Intesa San Paolo, Tatatu, and Givova, and many other friends such as the Phoenix International Entertainment, the RS Production, the Ilbe Production, and many, many more. We all decided together that you are the right one to be the chairman this year. So actually, I'm not going to be hosting the event, but there will be a wonderful host who actually is your colleague, is an acting coach, is Bernard Hiller, as well as the president of this year event, Sofia Milos, who is another beautiful Italian American. Actually, she's Italian born in Basilicata, and she has been living a lot of time in America and working a lot. So I am very happy that in a year we really we focus a lot on the women side. There is also an Italian president. So one great actor, Italian American actor like you, and one amazing actress on the top of the Los Angeles, Italia 2022. Because Robert, the concept of this festival, it's all about art and friendship, and it's all about you guys, you talents. So we try to bridge you who live the other side of the world with the Italian talents, and I'm expecting you to welcome in the proper way all the Italian delegation which is coming from all over Italy to showcase their movie over there. The same way, with the same affection we show when you guys fly over to Italy.
Yes, everybody is so, it's like a family. You've created a family in Ischia, a family in Capri, and a family in Hollywood of artists, of musicians, of directors, filmmakers, and it's a beautiful time to be able to, and we welcome our Italian fratelli e sorelli with open arms, and excited to have them come here and be part of this wonderful event and honor them and their masterpieces. So this is a big night, a big week, and I do hope that there's a nice turnout, and we'll be there uh, with our open arms, Pascal,
Yes, yes. I want
and
now.
hearts.
I want to tell that to the people that is going to be approaching the Chinese theater that they have to be fully vaccinated, because we respect, of course, the rules. And to get into the theater, you gotta have a mask, otherwise you cannot be into the theater. We want the festival to be a fest. We want to be a party. We want to be a great moment, sharing good vibes. So we recommend you to log in on your phone, Tatatu. Apply when you get there. Applying to the seat. You're gonna get the seat when you get in the theater, and then it's very important that you wear your mask and you show that you have been vaccinated, because this is very important to us to make everything happening in the proper way. I did actually Capri Hollywood across New Year's Eve, and there was everything under control because we respected the rules. We made happen also Easter in the summer under strict regulation, and we want to be also always associated with good vibes, positive vibes, and a good organization. We don't want that the festival becomes an occasion to complain because something happened. So we have Robert, 150 movies showing, 50 movies at the Chinese theater, and we have 50 movies showing in two different platforms. One platform is an Italian one called mymovies.it, and there is another one, an American platform called eventive.org. In both platforms, we show 50 movies each, which were selected by our commission chaired by Gianluca Castagna, who actually they are very great movies selected through the platform filmfreeway.com. Means that today, to connect each other thanks to the technology, to become a recognized director is easier thanks to the technology. How does it feel for an old man like me to understand that now it's easier to become either director or an actor in this moment thanks to technology?
Yes, technology has opened up the the platforms for everyone. Anyone that has an aspiration now to become a filmmaker, it's so important for them to understand technology because it's freed you. Before, I remember I did my first film with Frank Sinatra in 1977. And the technology, of course, was film, and it was very difficult. You had hair in the gate, you had different technical problems. Nowadays, with the technology, it's absolutely stunning what they do and how easy it is. People can make movies on the iPhone. But what I need to stress to the people, to the young filmmakers, or the people that aspire to that, Pascal, is that the tradition of cinema has to be studied. It's not just about Instagram or TikTok little movies. They have to know who Vittorio Gassman is. They have to know who Paolo Sorrentino is, the work that they've done, the work of the Italian masters of Rossellini, Fellini, Antonioni, of world cinema. They have to have that. They have the technology now, but they have to combine that with the education. And that's what you do at these festivals. You provide young people and older people the opportunity to see films they normally wouldn't be exposed to, and that would only help their creative understanding and their creative talents. So it's so important to have that.
Robert, talking about America to our Italian audience, how did the business changed since the pandemic started? Because we now forgetting the pandemic in some way because of the war in Ukraine, but now there is still the pandemic around. So how is the movie business changed since then?
Well, I've done several films. First, I want to say, Pascal, I'm glad that you mentioned that people should be have their vaccination or their masks. It's very important. I don't mandate anything to anyone. I think it should be a personal choice. But when you're in a group of people, you have to be safe. As you know, Pascal, I did the film. I did the song Meraviglioso, the Domenico Modugno song, because I saw the devastation that COVID-19 did to Italy in the very beginning. There were so many Italian lives lost and suffering. Now, that then went throughout the world afterwards. I was in Europe at the time. We were at Capri Hollywood, remember? Just prior to that. And the devastation that happens right now, all the films I've been involved with, they have very stringent, because of SAG-AFTRA, you have to take a COVID test. You have to be very aware, wearing the mask. They're very cautious of terms of the filmmaking. Now, that adds money onto a budget, but it keeps people safe. And this COVID thing, from what I'm told, Pascal, not to make anybody nervous, but from what I've been told, that Hong Kong, England, they're seeing more COVID now. There's a new strain called BA2, I think it is, BAE2 or something. And it's very, very catchy. So people have to be still aware because the problem in Ukraine, of course, has taken the front of the news media. It's They've left behind some of the COVID danger. Even in our own government, they they dropped the funding for COVID, which they should not have done right now, because if this new variant takes off, it could be very dangerous. So people need to be aware, need to be smart, need to be safe, and it's absolutely changed the freedom you have in terms of cinema and filming.
I understand. So it's very, very important that respecting the rules now is more, even more than before, because I feel actually I had the look around in Los Angeles through all the images that there is a like a, you know, an attitude that everything is gone. They don't wear masks. They just act like a normal situation. But considering what you're
Yeah, it's
telling me, I mean, especially in Florida where you are right now, even they think that there is nothing happening. But the virus is still around, no?
the virus is still around and vibrant, and I've talked to the best intelligent people from. Uh, 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 I was on Homeland Security for 15 years, Pascal. So I met a lot of the top intel people throughout the world. See, very, very high level people. and doctors. And they've told me even several weeks ago that we're missing the boat in terms of this new variant that could be very, very dangerous if people aren't aware. And yes, there is no mask mandate in Florida, but people do wear a mask if they want. I choose to wear a mask when I go because I also have a thing that I'm involved with called Veripass, where they can test your immunity. They just tested my immunity, and I was at the high level of 7,000s because I've had my two shots and the booster shot. And they want to see after many months if it continues your immune. Now, it doesn't mean you can't get COVID, but perhaps there's a chance you're not going to get it so badly. So there's that available to people, the new tool of being able to test what your immunity is on the vaccine or what chances you have for a COVID infection. But it's still vibrant. Like I said, they're astounding what happened in Hong Kong. And they had the stringent. Hong Kong had draconian measures to keep it locked down, and in spite of that, they had very big spike now, and as in England and other places that it's happening.
I see, I see. So, Robert, let's go to the good part of our business. Now, what is your favorite movie this year? Talking about
Ah,
the Oscar buds.
yes, yes. Well, there's a lot of different films that I enjoyed, and there is. Look, I love Luca. I do because my daughter watches it. My 3-year-old all the time. I'm partial to Sorrentino's film, The Hand of God. I mean, but for the American films, uh, there's a wide variety of films. Uh, some better than others. The Paul Anderson film, I think, is something that uh, living in the valley for a while, I understand where that film breathes. Uh, Life as a Dog, there's that film that's very interesting. Um, but there seems to be uh, I'm not overwhelmed with every film, to be honest with you, Pascal. I'm not overwhelmed with the films here. Um, and that's just because there seems to be too much of a message in the ravioli that people are putting in their films. And that to me stops the freedom of the artist. Uh, the artist has to be free to express himself and not be contained or controlled by the state or any organization. That's our free spirit. And that's what creativity comes from. And the minute it starts to be controlled, it's something else. But saying that, there's still terrific films.
I see. So, I do you have any favorite that's gonna you think is gonna win the Oscar? There is a very big possibility that The Power of the Dog, directed by the New Zealandese directress Jane Campion, is gonna get it. There are many
Yes,
people opposing, like Belfast, directed by Kenneth Branagh. There is a West Side Story, remade it by the one and only Steven Spielberg. Big competition as the
yes.
usual. Although
Uh,
although these Oscar movies does not make much money as much as the blockbuster makes.
no, people. I, I, I guess, I guess what people are saying is The Power of the Dog is probably the front runner right now. Uh, and you know, uh, Jane Champion's film. So I
Yes.
think for me is the front runner right now. It's but who's to say? You've got Belfast by Kenneth Branagh, as you said. You know what I mean? That has 5 nominations. Uh, the West Side Story, uh, and I'm a friend of Spielberg's. We did Goonies together, spent 5 months. Uh, Licorice Pizza is the Anderson film that I said has a shot at something. Uh, you've got the Hamaguchi film, Drive My Car. Uh, it's an interesting film, but I think, like I say, the front runner is going to be uh, for uh, for my life as a dog.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, The Power of the Dog, eh?
The power of the dog.
The Power of
The
the
power of
Dog.
the dog.
Netflix movie, amazing Netflix movie. You actually got the best prize also at Capri Hollywood Festival. Well, Robert, we miss you in Italy, and you gotta come soon. However, tomorrow, you please go to the theater and be a wonderful chairman, charming, elegant as usual. I mean, we really expect from you to be the real maestro ceremony. I'll be there with my camera, but I won't be physically in LA. But I'm there with you, with guys. There was an amazing team of people working on it, hosting Bernard Diller and Sofia Milos, and of course with such a chairman, and then
Yes. Everyone involved.
Yes,
Bernard
everybody
Hiller's
involved.
a tremendous talent in terms of acting coach and motivating people. He's a friend. I respect him highly. Sofia Milos, you put together a great group of people, and your accomplishment, again, I want to thank you. I want to have people to please come out and support this festa. That Pascal, out of his brainchild, out of his nerves, out of his courage, out of his imagination, created this wonderful festa. And now this wonderful show you have, Paradise. I'm just so proud of you. So pleased. Dio ti protegga,
Grazie
fratello.
mille. Robert Davi, the one and only, the chairman of Los Angeles, Italia 2022. Tomorrow at Chinese Theater, you'll be there around 5 o'clock for introducing the movie Dakota, a new production by Andrea Iervolino, and then to follow the opening evening with the Consul General of Italy, Silvia Chiave, the director of the Italian Institute of Culture, Emanuele Amendola, the commissioner, the Italian Trade Commissioner, Alessandra Rinaldi, the executive Intesa San Paolo, of course, Nicola Corigliano and Gianluca Gasperini, and many, many more people with Riccardo Scamarcio, Benedetta Porcaroli, and many more. So see you tomorrow, Robert, and we see you a little later with an amazing celebrity, the Oscar-winning director, Billy August. Stay with us.